Hello folks and welcome. Pat Gage here, continuing our video series on syndicating a deal step by step. We're on part 6 and this step kind of gets a little bit in the weeds a little bit, but we still try to stay at that 5,000 foot level. This one here is identify investors and units to sell. So let's get started. All right, we're going to first begin with a disclaimer because obviously that's what we got to do. This is not an offer to sell or solicitation or an offer to purchase an investment or security. The information relates to possible real estate opportunities for qualified purchasers who have established an existing subsistence relationship with Pat Gage and or the Block G Group LLC. Natural persons qualify as investors by virtue of such pre-existing relationships and by proof of business experience, income, and net worth. Basically, this is for educational purposes only. Legalese: I'm not a licensed broker, attorney, CPA. I'm not licensed anything. I only have a driver's license. Okay, so basically, what it really means is, folks, is this is 5,000 foot level view. It just gives you a real brief history of what's going on. So when you get involved with your team members, your SEC attorneys, your regular real estate attorneys, you know the terms and information they're talking about, and also so you can ask questions. And that's really what I hope in this will spark is questions when you're in front of those attorneys, so you can kind of save money when you're talking to them, obviously, so they're not doing whiteboards in front of you. But anyway, getting on here, let's talk about identifying the number of investors that you need. Okay, because basically what syndication is basically we are syndicating a deal, and we'll give an example in here of a $1 million raise, which is not very, is very typical in this business, is $1 million raise. So what we're going to find out is when you're out talking with people, your friends, family, or if you're doing advertising like we talked about in video 4, you can tell people this is what we're trying to do. This is the number of investors I need. So what we need to do here is we need to set our number. You know, of investors we need and the amounts that we need from each investor. So you should have a good feel for the actual number of investors you have, right? I mean, if you're doing this long enough, you can get a feel that Aunt Jen and Uncle Bill, they're not in for the whole boat. They're looking at $500 investment. Well, they're out, but yet you got the experienced real estate guy you met at the RIA. He's got some serious things. So you should have a pretty good feel for what people are willing to invest, and also what you need. So what you do is excuse me, you choose a minimum amount that you are going to accept per investor. Okay, so again, let's go with we call them units. So what we're doing, we're selling units in the acquiring LLC or the syndication LLC. So we sell units in the LLC, and that is back. That information is in, I believe, video 2. You can go back and look at that. So we kind of take a look at this. So what we did is we given an example here of a $1 million raise. Okay, like I talked about earlier, we have $1 million we need to raise, and then that's units. To come up with units for that is the $1 million raise divided by $50,000. That equals 20 units. So now where did I get the $50,000, right? Well, folks, experience, but also a lot of experience. What my experience has been is if you raise the level of investment to a point that it 20, 30, $50,000, you're going to get a lot more experienced investors, and maybe not, but my experience has been you're getting a little more sophisticated person. If you make it too low, one, you're going to be having to go talk to a whole lot more people. You're going to have to talk to Aunt Jen and Uncle Bill, and weasel out of them the $500, and it just makes the paperwork a lot more difficult. And my experience has been that the lower you make the entry point, the more you get people who need the money right now. Meaning, what I mean by that is yeah, you can go to Aunt Jill and Uncle Bill, but that money they're going to give you, they're expecting back by the end of the week with the returns and everything else, and they need that to pay their car payment next month. So you need to understand that as well. And typically, when you get into bigger units like this or dollar figures, people who are giving you $50,000, they're not looking to send their kid to college next week. Okay, and again, in talking with your investors, you get this and you know where the money's coming from, and you explain them this is a holding period of 2 to 5 years, maybe seven, but that's why I say set your minimums a little higher. And again, from experience, you'll know this. You'll know what to do. Now, if you have a lot of family members and a lot of family, and they all want to do $5,000, great, fantastic. That just creates a lot of paperwork on the other side of the business as far as documenting who gave you what. And again, the same thing applies there, folks. If they're looking to get this money back in a short period of time, you need to know that. Now, I had one experience with a family member that we did this, and obviously you can do but it just makes a lot more paperwork and a lot more exercise on my side where he wanted it out, before the investment matured. And luckily, it was a single family home, and I could put him off for a couple months until we sold the property. But if that was a commercial investment, I would have to go and find a person to replace his money, go get him, do paperwork to take him out, put his money out, get the new investor in, put their money in, go with it, and just a lot of logistics on that. Now, can it be done? Sure. You can do it every day. But again, you got to have a good relationship with this. So again, I digress, I'm sorry. But this is really what you need to do. And this is how we find out units in this. So again, you look at all these different things, so you need to fill 20 investors to raise money. From my experience, there's more than 20 people. People withdraw at the last minute. Again, if you come up with, okay, I need $1 million raise, which is very typical in commercial. I need 20 investors at this amount. What this is basically, oversubscribe, like I talked about in a previous video. Oversubscribe, have people on a waiting list that you're going to know that they can come in at the last minute, because you're going to have people to fall out in the last minute. And again, folks, this video is not made for a end all be all. This is a very high level explanation of this. If you want more details, please contact a professional, an SEC attorney or real estate attorney. We'll be able to walk this through for you. But this is going to give you the foundation that you're going to know to ask those questions, okay? But again, oversubscribe, get your units set, and again, in my experience, it's been the higher dollar numbers that you're expecting per investor. You get a better quality investor. You get people who have the liquid cash that they don't need it to pay rent next week. And again, with the commercial investments we're doing, we're holding these assets, 3 to 7 years, 3 to 5 years. So getting Aunt Jen's money back by next week with all the interest and everything else, it's just not going to happen. Okay. Well, listen, I hope this helped you. I hope, this at least starts you thinking in the right direction. And again, take a look at our next deal. In the next deal, we're going to talk about the deal package or the opportunity package that we give to our investors, and what is in that package when we get an opportunity for them. So stay tuned for that. And listen, I appreciate you very much for listening. And let me give you just kind of what we're doing, what's going on with us, right? We're in buying mode. We're looking for multifamily and self-storage all over the country. And the best way to stay in tune to that and what we're going on and what we're doing is to subscribe to our newsletter. And again, this is not a sales pitch. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling anything in the newsletter. Actually, we try to put out one newsletter a month, and sometimes that's very challenging to do because we're so busy. And that's all you'll get from us is one email, one email a month, if that. And that kind of covers what we're doing, what's going on in the industry, what we're looking at, maybe some of the deals we've done. and stuff like that. So it's very general. It's non-solicitation. It won't be overbogged with emails. That's the same email we use as well to put out if we have an opportunity available for you guys to take a look at. So go ahead and do that. That's the only pitch I'll make. But right now, what I'd like to do is, what can we help you with? What challenges are you having? Are you buying multifamily or self storage? Are you out there doing it? Do you have a deal where you need some help? You need a JV partner. We JV partner with people, and that's again basically the gist of a syndication, folks, is bringing people together, like-minded, to eat this elephant, as it were, one bit at a time, right? So if you're looking for a JV partner, you can bring that property to the finish line. Awesome. But if you're out there also doing it, and just kind of want to turn it over to somebody else, and get a big fat referral fee, by all means, definitely do that as well. And the way you contact me is just my email. There's my personal email is pat@opportunitycreator.com. Give me an email and let me know what's going on, and we take a look at the deal and see if it's makes sense for both of us. If not, next steps is, again, go and sign up for our newsletter. You can email me at pat@opportunitycreator.com. And if you live here in southeastern Michigan or are going to be traveling here, I say that when I laugh because not many people travel to southeastern Michigan. But if you're here locally, obviously give me an email and we can meet up and talk. I'd love to network with like-minded individuals and get some ideas and see what's going on out there and keep it abreast. But again, my email is pat@opportunitycreator.com. And listen, I hope this video, short as it was, but I hope that this video helped you in some way, and let me know. All right, we'll talk to you soon, and leave some comments below and watch for our next video. Thank you, folks. Bye bye now.